How you doing, people? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another live stream. Yeah, welcome. If you guys are watching this live or post-live, thank you for taking the time to watch this. We're just going to dive into it, really. We've got some more mocap to work through, some more cinematics. It's been a very hectic week trying to get as much done with this thing. I'm trying to, by the end of June, I really want to have put a proper dent in this thing, and we have not done that yet. It's been a lot of prepping assets, but now I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, okay, we need to move things along, get a dent in this thing going. You know, the teaser trailer is, in terms of edit, the teaser trailer is done. Linus is currently working on sound design. We're also doing some cool stuff in Nuke for just post-processing, to try and make it look more nice with like bloom and film grain and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see how things end up coming out in early July for the teaser trailer. That's kind of my goal right now. But there's a lot more to do still. So yeah, we're just going to dive into it. We're working on another sequence. So today I'm just going to get the mocap on the characters, get everything synced up, start refining, positioning, and if we have time, maybe set up cameras as well. Basic camera work and stuff, although I don't know yeah, I don't know if we'll have time for that. It depends on how long cleaning up mocap takes. Damn, my hair is going crazy. Yeah, I apologize if my energy is a little lower today. I just feel a little out of it. Yeah, I don't know, just feeling a bit down. So, but it's all right. We'll still have a good time. But yeah, I apologize if my energy is a little lower. Just yeah. Anyway, let's jump right into it. So, I've got some cool stuff I wanted to show you guys to update. So, well, if you guys saw on Instagram or maybe on YouTube, you saw this guy doing his little infected stuff. So I've set up his shirt to do some simulations, which is quite cool. And then I also, speaking of simulations, I did this cool thing here with this teddy bear. So this is Jacob's teddy bear that he has, and I could each shot animate the arms and legs and stuff moving like a teddy bear would. But I thought it'd be a little more fun to try and set up like a ragdoll physics so that when it's attached to him, its arms move kind of appropriately. Hang on one second. Let me do that. There we go. Just so that you can see this part a bit better. So yeah, kind of done some cool stuff here. So if I hit simulate here, yeah, look at that. So now he's basically just dynamic. Oh, and it's frozen. Oh, if you crash, don't crash, please. Great start. Oh man, it was working earlier. Maybe I moved him way too quick. Okay, I apologize. Let me try again. So, got some cool stuff going on here where basically now his arms and legs are just being dynamically simulated like ragdoll. So it just means that I don't need to worry about animating him in every shot. He will just naturally do stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Retextured him in Substance Painter, just from scratch. This model, I didn't make this model, but I did increase the poly count, so it's a bit more higher detail. Its textures were a little too cartoony, so I retextured it in Substance Painter. Added some dirt and other grime onto different elements of it. You can see like there's like scratches and smudges and stuff on different parts of it, so it definitely helps with like the realism. And then also we've got this asset over here, which is the horse, which in one of the scenes there's a wild stallion that Laura and Jacob come into contact with. It's supposed to be a moment that kind of pays homage to Joel and Ellie when they see that giraffe and they pet the giraffe. It's supposed to be kind of a moment similar to that. So this is like a template animation that came with the asset, and it's pretty damn incredible. Like, you have the hair simulating, it has fur, just everything about it looks absolutely incredible. And I really can't wait to start animating this thing. It comes with a rig as well, which is really cool, a really cool control rig. So I think it's going to be very fun to play with. I have very little experience with animating animals, so it's going to be interesting, and we'll see how I get on with it, but that is for another day. But yeah, so today we're gonna dive into another scene, and we're just, like I said, we're going to set up the mocap, sync up the body with the face, and sync up the fingers mocap as well. Kind of go through and fix things like blocking and see where we end up. Hey Sam, cool work. Thank you. Would be cool to see a tutorial on how to use animals in cinematics. Yeah, I mean, I am certainly by no means I've never really, I've not done a lot of work, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I've not done a lot with, let me turn this music down. I've not done a lot of work with quadrupeds, with animals, so I will, you know, see how things go, and if I'm able to create something that's good enough, then I will make a tutorial. But I've been watching a lot of reference of wild horses and trying to figure out how to make this thing move, because it only came with a... If it came, I wish it had come with more animations, honestly. It only came with the running one, but like, yeah, we'll see how things kind of unfold. Anyway, so this area was for scene 1, but we're not going to be working on scene 1. We are working on... Oh no. Have we lost... Okay. Here we go. So this is our environment for our next scene. Does animals work like metahuman rigs? It depends on the animal. So that specific horse asset came with a control rig. So it looks, the setup is similar to that of a metahuman, but I haven't really dipped my toes into it yet. That scene isn't... So we've got this scene, next scene. So 2 scenes from this one we're going to be working on today is where the horse is, and so I need to play around with it once I get to that point, but from what I could see, it had a control rig like metahumans, but it was a custom one because obviously it's a quadruped. You can't just put a metahuman rig on it because it's a completely different skeleton. But yeah. Alright, so yeah, today we're just going to be working on this scene. We're going to see how far we can get. I am on Unreal Engine 5.7, yes. This project was in Unreal Engine 5.6 for a while, and then I migrated over to 5.7 because I needed to take advantage of a few things inside it that are just not in 5.6, and also now that 5.8 has been announced and is coming out soon, it felt right to move to 5.7. I typically hesitate to jump to the next version of Unreal Engine until the one after that has come out, because there are typically issues. I'm finding it all right so far. There are some changes that have been a little confusing, like just things that they just changed, and I'm like, why? Like with metahumans, the way that textures work with metahumans, they changed it, and so at first it was a little confusing, but now that I understand what they changed, it's fine. But it has allowed me to do some pretty cool stuff with customization of metahumans. Metahuman Creator has been refined a lot more in 5.7 compared to 5.6, so that's been quite useful. Yeah. All right. So let me try and remember where this mocap is. Okay. Cool. This is the body mocap. And then I'll leave this on this because we do need it. We need to import the finger mocap for Laura. And then this one needs to be sequence scene to, what did I call it? Base sequence. Okay. Okay, we're going to hide that for now because it's quite infuriating how it gets in the... Or there must be an option for is selectable. No, there isn't. Okay, never mind. Okay. So we're going to change this frame rate to 24 FPS. We're going to hide this because it's just going to get in the way. We need to make sure that both of these guys are in the same position. Because if they're not, there's going to be an odd offset to the mocap. Cool. So now they're both directly on top of each other, which means that their positioning will line up what we had when we actually recorded it. So let's add both of them in here. Let's get rid of our control rigs at first. What is she missing? Her torch. No, why is it? No. That is not where we want it. Let's try again. Yeah, that's better. Why does it keep switching? What? Cool. That's fine, because that's what she needs. Right, and then she needs the gun. I forget which gun she had used before. Wait, why is this copy here? What? Oh, it's okay. Okay, that's fine. We just need to figure out what gun is she using in this sequence. Oh, this bloody end clip thing is pissing me off. Where is it? This thing. Annoying the hell out of me. I'm just trying to get close to see if this is working and it keeps clipping off things. So frustrating. I don't even understand how this holster works. What is this design? Such a terrible... Sorry, I'm getting a bit antsy. It's just clipping through. I mean, like, what? I don't get it. Why is it... Because, like, that should be how it fits. That feels correct, but then it's clipping through this fabric. This is just a poorly designed holster. Whatever, man, I don't care. It works. So who gives it? Cool. And it's clipping through the bottom. Of course it is. Ugh. Whatever. Alright, there we go. Spent way too much time on that. Okay, we're gonna now start putting some mocap on these people. Why are there two? Oh. You want this one. Where's he gone? There you are. And then do the same here. The hell is he? Oh, because I hit him. Like, what? Okay, interesting. Interesting. What's going on here? Is this now because I've done this to... Okay, maybe if I do this now, it'll be... Whoa! You're using an old mesh. Why are you using an old mesh? There should be an updated version with updated weights. There we go. Weird. Okay, and then... We'll probably have to adjust the position of this on a shot-by-shot basis, but it should be fine. Yeah, we're going to have to adjust things because this is not like the ground that our actors were on, obviously. Our actors were on very flat ground, and this is definitely not flat ground. So that's... There we go. So we get the hole. Okay, why are you... why is this happening? They're in the same position. Oh, why is this happening? They're in the same position, but he is embedded in the... What? Okay, alright. Hi Sam, how are you doing? I've been better. Yeah. But no, it's alright. I need to figure out why. Why are you doing this? Why are you in the ground? He should be... Like, I understand, like, her clipping through the ground, because obviously it's not compensating for the hill. But he is not here. So why is the data there? Is it because I retarget it? Is it the different retargeter, perhaps? Need to figure this out, man. It's really frustrating. Maybe if I do this, and then... I just want to see, like, what is going wrong. So this is still take 2. We'll just put an O2 or a V2 and just see. If it doesn't work, then I'll just have to eyeball it. Luckily, I don't think they really interact with each other in this scene, but I cannot have this issue continue, because this is going to be a big problem in the future if this... Okay, something changed. Something changed there, right? Yeah, okay, something... Okay. But still... What? Why? This height differentiation... Why is this happening? Is it Laura? Is just Laura's mocap broken? That looks correct. And then that's embedded in the ground. What? This worked fine in the other scene. Like, between Laura and James, everything was fine. For some reason, there's like some really bizarre crap going on here. But I can't have this happen all the time, because this is going to be extremely time consuming trying to fix this for every shot. But I might just have to bite the bullet. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna bite the bullet. Yeah, that did nothing. That did absolutely nothing. So it's the... So she's elevated for some... Like, they... Technically, they should both be on the same level here. But they're not. And that's what's confusing me. They should be in the same position. Like, their feet should be level. Because their Z value is the same, so they should be the same, but they're not. Which is concerning, because then that means I'm going to have to guesstimate her. I'm going to have to adjust Laura for every single shot, which is not something I want to be doing. I'm trying to figure out what could be the cause. Let's try and retarget this again, and let's use the other retargeter and see what happens. And let's just pray this works. Export. Mocap. Vicon, Scene 2, Unreal Engine, Export, Override existing files. Okay. So now, if I come here, in Properties, and get... Okay, that is not... Okay, I think I've selected the wrong one. Okay. Are they... They are on the same level now. Yeah. What the hell happened to... Why? Why was that... So was it the retargeter that was broken? Maybe it was the retargeter that was broken. Well, I know it works now. Okay, so I just need... Alright, so one of the retargeters is broken, so I will have to look into that. But we know that this now works, because their feet are now on the same level, which is what we want. Because then what I want to be able to do right now is adjust their position. So for example here, they're a little buried in the ground, which isn't what we want. So we are just going to... bring them forward and bring them up. Now, I understand here, this is where there are just naturally going to be differences because of variation in the environment. So this is where cleanup is. But I want to work from a foundation of knowing that they are on the same level, everything is correct to what we recorded, and then I can add tweaks. So for example, I won't do it yet because I want to do it in the animation layer, but his tweak would be like right now he's just sitting in the dirt, which is not what we want. Her positioning is fine. I think this rock can honestly be a lot smaller. To make sense, something more like that I think works. I don't know, it's like some clipping of the gun. Maybe I just have to I'm just gonna have to frame that out. Yeah, I'm just gonna frame that out. Okay, and then yeah, for example, him, it's like, whoa, what's going on here? And it's just because the ground that he is on is not as level. Like there's a bit of a ramp, as you can see. But if I look here, their feet are on the same level. I've said that like 50 million times. I need to stop saying it. Guys, did you know their feet are on the same level? Don't know if I mentioned that. So let me... You know what? I think I might... Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. But I might just reduce this area a little. How small of a box did we have this guy sitting on? I do not remember him being this low. I have to watch back the footage. We must have had him on something tiny. I mean, it's fine. It's not bad. I just need to adjust things. I think that's better. I'm definitely going to fix how low to the ground he's sitting. I won't do it yet because I need him to fit on this, and right now he is definitely not doing that. So I mean, we can adjust this. We can certainly adjust this. So that's how her rock is looking. So something like that. And then we just need to move his hips up so that he's sitting more. Okay, it's not terrible in terms of Yeah, that's working. Yeah, okay. I might make it, honestly, a little tighter. This feels a little too big right now. I feel like this could all be lowered a little. Made a bit more compact. A bit more claustrophobic. There we go. Yeah, so you get something like that. That feels nice. I mean, right now they're just expressionless because we haven't put facial mocap on them yet, but looks pretty good. His neck is doing some wild stuff. Look at that. Definitely needs to see a chiropractor. Something about Vicon mocap, man. It does weird stuff to the neck. I don't know why. You got some crazy stuff going on here. Like, I don't know what it is, but I noticed this with the first We Few Survivors and this one. It's just something. I'm curious what causes it. But it's something about necks. It always either makes them like tuck their chin in or like push it out, and yeah. It's interesting. I mean, it's not a problem. It's literally I have to twist a bone 20 degrees and then it's fixed for the entire sequence, so it's not an issue. But it's funny when you see those kind of flaws. Okay, so now she's not touching. So I'm just gonna leave it. I'll adjust her feet. We're never actually gonna zoom in on her feet anyway. So this is fine. This is all attached. Okay, I think the next thing is let's get that face. Let's get that raw mocap on. So let's find where these sync claps are. So she hits record. Okay. Start adding this facial mocap on. Why is it showing me this? No, don't allow for this specifically. I just want to see what's compatible. This is scene 2. There it is. There it is. Don't crash. Don't crash. I know it's a lot of data. Please. Okay. Yeah, I remember with this there was some breaking. Some game breaking. Why does she look at you? I remember being there on the day and... Okay. I remember this looking... Why is she looking down so much? She wasn't on the day. So again, might be a mocap thing. Yeah, he's looking proper up as well. Or maybe it was just the height difference, to be honest, actually. That's probably what it is. The height difference was a little more extreme, so... But damn, like, see what I mean? Like, what is this? Vicon, what? Come on, dude. I mean, hers seems to be behaving a little bit, but damn! Hey, Farah. Thank you. I'm glad that you think it looks awesome. I often get caught up in the flaws, so I appreciate that you think it looks awesome. I think, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so for example here, we need to do a lot of cleanup because our actor here had to act like he was eating beans, but he couldn't put his spoon in front of the mouth because it would mess up the facial capture. Now, I will say, we couldn't really go for another take because I was just like, we have so much to get done. I like that he didn't do that, but the fact that he was putting his hand all the way out here to eat from here was a little tricky. But hey, it's fine because that's the beauty of mocap, is you can clean it up. But yeah. So yeah, I think one of the first things we're gonna have to fix here is how much Laura is looking down. I think it makes sense in the moment, but I find that when you have a character looking too far down, it can be a bit like it can be a bit harder to read the face. So I think, and also like if you're imagining like a camera here, right? Maybe something like this over the shoulder. Right now, it doesn't feel like she's looking at Jacob, and that's just because the model of Jacob is of a different scale than the actor, and of course Laura is of a different scale than Farah, who played Laura, and so there's a bit of a disconnect. So something that I'm going to have to do is fix that and it's going to be something throughout the entire piece, because a lot of our actors were not the same height as the characters they are playing, so there's going to be a lot of tweaks to tilting heads up or tilting heads down, or fixing things with eye lines. It's just part of the process you just have to go through to make things work a little better. But yeah, for example here, this is like she's just not looking at all at him, and that's just because scale and positioning is a little different. I'm wondering if he's, because I want to like, it's interesting. Is it see, that looks good. Why is it, maybe it's because I can't figure out where she's looking. Oh, something like that. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm kind of where she's looking now. I'm trying to find like where because obviously Farah is looking at the actor, but I'm trying to figure out where Laura is looking, because obviously I need to then compensate. So the model is looking here. Where is that? It's like looking. Okay, so he's looking around here. And so so that makes sense. So all we got to do is tilt the head up a little and turn maybe the torso a little bit, just so it's clearer. And this is just part of the process of cleaning mocap up, guys. You have to do it with everyone. My break from work is over now, but I'll catch up with the stream after it's finished. Hope it all goes well. Thank you, Farah. And hope the rest of your work shift goes well. Hope it goes smoothly and quickly for you. But yeah, this is just like, it's just part of the process. You have to do this stuff. Okay. Let's let's do this guy now. I'm not too concerned about cleaning up eye lines and stuff yet though, because right now the goal is just fixing the main things that really stand out. A lot of glitching in his mocap. Something also that I noticed. There was a ton of twitching. Well, that's really freaky. I haven't seen this facial capture on the character yet. So that's actually really freaky. It's like seeing a character all of a sudden alive. Whoa, see what I mean? Like, that is some crazy glitching. This is what I mean. It's like you can spend so much money on a giant mocap volume for Vicon and you still get this. You still get glitches. It's just like, even at the top there's issues. So it's one of those things. You have to just deal with it. Yeah, so like for example here, I think a big thing I'm gonna have to fix, like fixing the pretty much completely reanimating this arm, because this is basically not very usable. This kind of motion of just going out, like it probably would, and again as a director I should have pointed this out, but it would have been better if our actor actually scooped into the can, like mimed scooping into the can, and then like went about here, you know, so you scoop it and then eat, scoop it, eat, because then all I have to worry about is a little shift like that. But instead we're getting this kind of weird, like outwards, kind of almost like a sideways bicep curl, which is, yeah. And then I think at one point as well he looks off to the right for some reason, so we need to fix that as well. Yeah, here. Which actually might be fine. And then it's here, and it's like... So that all looks fine. And then the sound happens, and... Yeah, so much weird twitching going on. So frustrating. Like, look at that. What is that, dude? What is that? Vicon, man? Really? Okay. Sorry, it's like... They charge so much, you know? And then you get that? Like, really? 2 actors in a volume that's big enough for 5 people, by the way. It's a volume that technically has enough cameras to film 5 people, 2 people in it, and it can't figure out what's going on with him. So, I have to... Sorry, I'm bitching a lot, so I apologize. Okay, so that's now something we need to do is we need to bake our mocap. So we're going to bake it down to the control rig. We're going to do the same for Jacob. What's going on? Where's the control rig? Hello? Oh. There we go. I was like, what the hell? Okay. So, first thing I'm going to do right off the bat is I'm going to fix that damn neck. Because what the... Look at that! Look at that! Why... That's crazy. Let's just create an additive layer. And we're going to find that neck bone and we are just going to scrub it. Scrub it. I'm alright with some curve. Right, that's fine. But that level of curve we were getting before is still kind of there. I'm not... What is this, man? Okay, but what is that? I don't know what that is. I'm trying to figure out what part of him is that. What part of him is that? Okay, it's not. Is it the skeletal? Is it this? Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's better. Okay. Okay, well, his neck is playing a lot nicer now. There's still some weird snapping and like what is going on there? Look at his neck. But I think I'm gonna fix that on a shot-by-shot basis. Hey man, I was considering getting the Rococo setup. Do you recommend their suit? Yeah, I'd recommend their suit. I mean, they're certainly... So I my channel kind of started using their stuff. I used their stuff for about 2 years before they then made me whatever it's called, a Rococo creator or whatever it's called. There's like a term for it, which I am now, but I was using their stuff for years before that. I would recommend their suits. Because here's the thing, the next suit up is like 12 to 15,000 pounds or dollars, which is just crazy. Whereas I think the suit is, I mean, the suit is still expensive, of course, but it's a mocap suit, right? So I think it's 2.5 grand, something like that. It might be more, I can't remember exactly. But I've been using their stuff for many years, and it is great. I had criticisms about their locomotion, but they've recently, in like the last few months, they've come out with some pretty big upgrades to their locomotion system. So now it filters and fixes mocap and makes it look really nice. So yeah, I'd recommend their stuff. I mean, it really depends on what it is that you're trying to achieve. You know, if you just need if you just need a bit of mocap here and there, you might be better off using like a video to mocap thing. I know Rococo has one, but I would say there's one called Meshcapade, which is, I think there's a free version and a paid version, and it's like single cam, like iPhone footage. Like if you put an iPhone on a tripod and just film yourself, you can get some pretty good mocap from that. But I guess it ultimately depends on like what your goal is. So if you're just needing some background, cool. Yeah, anything else is much more expensive, but because I am a solo dev, I can get the suit cheaper. I also saw a new tool called Mama for mocap with just cameras and results like Vicon. Yeah. Like there's one called Meshcapade. There's another one that's, what's it called? Move AI. Is it Move AI? No. Is it something like that? I can't remember, but no. What's it called? I don't know. It's one where it's like Vicon, where it's a volume of cameras, but instead of it needing infrared dots on a person, it can just actually look at the person's body movement and figure out what it is you were doing. And I think there's a single cam version for that, but there's also a version where if you get a few iPhones or a few GoPros or whatever, you can also do it that way, which can be good. But yeah, it ultimately depends what it is you're trying to get. Move AI. Another thing, this sounds so forced and so fake, so I apologize if it does, but I don't mean it to be. But you're saying that you can get it cheaper because you're a solo dev. Well, I also do have a discount code, so that can get I think it's 5% off. So it's a little bit more off for you, but again, that sounds so forced. So please don't get it just for that. Like, only get the suit if you actually see yourself truly benefiting from it. It's a big investment, so only get it if you really think you're going to benefit from it. Otherwise, there are a lot of video to mocap softwares out there, some of which are free, and some of those free ones are actually really good. So it really just depends what it is you're looking for, and what you'll benefit from most. So yeah, but personally, my experience with Rococo has been a positive one. There's certainly flaws. Absolutely, there are flaws. But as we're seeing, there's also flaws with a system like Vicon. You know, like, what the heck's going on with this character's neck? There are flaws in every mocap system. And so you're going to be doing cleanup regardless. But I think for what you're paying, it's a really solid thing that you get from Rococo. Their customer service is also really good. And yeah, I would recommend it, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to what your projects look like and how you would benefit from it. If you don't see yourself massively benefiting from it and using it all the time, then I wouldn't get it if I were you, because it's a lot of money. So, you know, even with the solo dev reduction, and if you were to use my discount code, even with that off it, it's still expensive, right? It's still a big decent chunk of money. So get it if you think you're going to benefit from it. But yeah, I will use your code too if I end up getting it. Thank you. Also, yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, I think I have I think it's in the description of all of my videos. There's also a link as well, but I can't remember if the link takes you to the store or not. I think it's just like an affiliate link. You'd still have to use the discount code when you get to checkout. So I think it's just like an affiliate link or something. But yeah, my idea is to use it for like motion systems, cinematic cutscenes, finishes, etc. Yeah, then you definitely would benefit from it. I think the issue with a lot of single cam mocap software out there is that they're kind of only good for standing, walking, and talking stuff. When it comes to more complex character stuff, it can be quite tricky to try and it can be quite tricky to get something meaningful out of it, especially if it's cutscenes where like people are talking off of each other, or that you really want to see some acting. It can be a little tricky. But yeah, ultimately, just I would do your own research, see what's out there, both in terms of free softwares for video to mocap, and obviously hardware like Rococo stuff. Do your own research, see what's out there, and then make the decision that is best for what you are doing. Because regardless, a motion capture suit is a big investment, and so you want to make sure that if you're getting it, it is going to be correct for you. But me personally, Rococo has been great. I've used them a lot, and I think that they are a very solid system, especially for the price, because the other ones out there are crazy. Like, I think, what's the one above it? There's one, Xsens. Is it Xsens? I think it's Xsens. Is the next one up from Rococo? It's only the next one up, and it's like 15 grand for a suit, and that's just the suit. Like that, you don't get gloves, you don't get a head rig. 15 grand for just body mocap. If you had 15 grand, you could get a suit, gloves, and head rig. I'm pretty sure you could probably get like 4 setups, like 4 Rococo suits, 4 gloves, and 4 head rigs. But not the head rigs with a camera built in, like the ones that hold an iPhone, I think. I'm not great at maths, so I could be wrong. But it's a crazy step up in price. Now, they are good. I've never used Xsens, but I've been told that their system is very, very good. But it just, yeah, again, it's not as budget friendly for us beginners in the industry that don't really have money to be just splurging on stuff. Hey, Charlie Mation, good to see you, mate. I don't remember which one from Rococo is the cheapest full set. Yeah, it costs something like that, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Rococo, I can't remember if this is true or not, but Rococo, I think, are currently doing a thing right now where, because they came out with their new gloves, I think the first gen of the gloves right now have like a big discount. I think I saw an email about that they sent out, like a newsletter, saying that, like, because these new gloves are out, we're now selling this first generation of the smart gloves at a lower rate. Not lower rate, just lower overall price, but I can't remember how big of a reduction it was. So I don't want to say anything with complete absolution because I could be wrong. Do your own research, guys. Do your own research. Do not just take my word for it. Like, look into it, see what you would benefit from, and if you think you would truly benefit from something like that, then awesome, go for it. And yeah, like I said, if you use the discount code in the description of this live stream or any of my live streams or videos, you'll get 5% off of everything Rococo. And it also supports the channel, you know. But yeah. The hell is this song? Okay. Let's get this. Let's get this finger mocap. Just double check that this has come through. Don't worry about, we just want the finger data. We don't want anything else. So okay, looks good. The finger data looks all right. We're not using the wrist data. When you record with the Rococo gloves by themselves, they also record wrist data, but we're not using that because that wrist data is on the Vicon mocap. But we are going to take the finger data. So let's go to here. Let's drop this guy here. Let's add them into our overall scene. Wait, what the heck? Oh. Come on. Cool, so that's synced up now. So now we need to bake this to the control rig. Cool, so we have all the data there. And then we just need, so basically just go through. Okay, so this is the data we need to copy. And then Nice. Right. Index. Middle. Okay, that's all working now. So let's now hide this guy. And the fingers are looking a little goofy, but it's fine. We don't need to worry about that. This is about basic block out. That's what this live stream is about. I'm going to get a basic block out of this. I think we've got that. I think I'm gonna have a be a little further away. Yeah, okay. Overall, I don't like how it's made her neck go further down. She was looking at him, but for some reason the mocap, once retargeted, has kind of messed with that a little, and it's kind of annoying me. So let's fix it. Let's hit additive. I know I said I wouldn't do this, but just like feels a little better. Again, like, what is this, dude? The neck was not this lopsided on the day. It's just decided. Yeah, you know what? Let's make her neck hella lopsided. There we go. That's better. That's actually natural. Okay, that feels right. And then this isn't, we're ignoring this because this is them just getting ready for the next bit. And then yeah, that's better. It's strange. It's done it a lot. It's just Vicon does not like necks. It likes to just break them and make them look weird, and it's really frustrating. let's bring that back. Actually, you know what? We're gonna dim this first. This is far too strong right now. This needs to be way dimmer. Okay, that's not fun. Okay, interesting. So we're getting an issue here where the hair is being rendered behind the smoke for some reason. Okay, interesting. I mean, let's make this fire smaller anyway. Let's adjust this. Let's make the smoke less. Embers, let's reduce their spawn rate. It's a little intense. Whoa, you can like do some crazy stuff with this. Yeah, looks alright. I think those embers are still too frequent. The embers are like constant. We drop it down to like 5. Yeah, that's better. Also, smoke. What is it usually? 2. What's the smoke opacity usually? That is so intense. Is there a way? What does this do? Doesn't really do anything. Interesting. So you can do some wind influence. It's not really doing anything though. Oh, back is killing me. I've been doing so much sitting down this week that it's not done good for my back. For those of you that don't know, that maybe weren't here when the whole injury thing happened, but I went through a period a couple years ago where I severely injured my back, and I don't know, man, it's never been the same since. It's just... I have to move, basically, otherwise it gets really bad, so... I try to do a lot of walking and going to the gym, and just like really that allows it to stay a lot looser. But this week I've been so busy with so much like things I can't talk about right now because they're, you know, early stages, but are definitely things I can talk about more in the future. But it's just, oh my days, just glued to this PC all week. And so it's caused some damage. Yeah, okay. See, this seems better. Okay. So, why does this seem bizarre? It almost looks like, I don't know, like her eyes are spaced out a bit. I don't know if anyone thinks this. It's like it's no fault on Farah. It's the mocap. Okay, no, it looks better. Because I kind of want to get a shot like this. Okay, let's go back. I really like Farah's performance, and so it just looks like she's not looking at him for some reason. And I'm trying to figure out if that's like her eyes. Okay, this is what it looks like, and I think this is just a mocap issue. But it appears to me that her eyes are spaced out, not to a distracting extent, but her eyes are spaced out to an extent that it looks like she's looking past Jacob. I don't know if any of you can pick up on that, but like here, if I go into this, like, it looks like she's looking past him, and also that she's looking here rather than here. So I think it's just going to be like a head adjustment thing. I mean, like if I find a frame. So if I find a frame like this. See? And so I'm just going to do a test. We're going to undo this, but oh my days, go away. If we go here and we like, how's that? Still doesn't look right. Still doesn't look right. What's going on? Okay, that looks... Okay, that looks better. Okay, yeah, so it's just an issue. I think it is just an issue of the scale of the characters. Because on set, Farah is looking at the actor. Is looking at Forrest, but for some reason Laura isn't, and I think it's just the scale. Jacob is a lot smaller than Forrest. Like, this almost feels distracting, actually, how big of a size difference. Have I scaled him down by accident? No, I haven't. He almost looks it's almost distracting how... I mean, he is young. The character's like 7 or 8. Whereas in this particular scene, Laura is 13. So it's like a 5 or 6 year age gap going on here. So it makes sense. Like he's not, you know, he's still a baby basically. Not entirely, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. What is causing that? Is it you? It is you. I don't like that you're causing that. What is causing that? Is it light radius? It is. It's light radius. That's annoying. Really? Just breaks. Damn. Okay. So we're just going to have a tighter fall off on the fire. That's alright. Okay, let's try and bring in some other props here. So... something like that. That is definitely going to have to be fixed. Okay, so something I want to test here with Jacob is I want to figure out how we're going to attach this guy. He's kind of big, so we're going to reduce him massively in terms of scale. And it doesn't really matter that we're lining up here because he's gonna disappear. But so if is it gravity? We don't want to enable gravity. We don't want him to drop, but we do want him to. We do want to simulate physics. So this should mean that if I add this guy in and okay, so if we add this guy in, he's not going to have any animation on him, but we're going to attach him to Jacob, hand, right. It's going to disappear. It's okay. I'm going to reset his location, reset everything. I might even make him smaller, to be honest, because he is meant to be quite small. He is quite a small teddy bear. Although that looks kind of cute, like... Yeah, in terms of size, that works quite nice. You know? It's kind of cute how he's holding. But what I'm curious is, like, does this work now? So what I want to know is, if I hit simulate right now, let's save, because I'm kind of scared that this is going to crash. So if I hit simulate, does he stay attached? No, he does not. Okay. He doesn't stay attached. Okay. What happens if I do that? Is he going to fall to the ground? He's probably going to fall to the ground. Yeah, he's going to fall to the ground. He's simulating, but he just falls to the ground. So we need to figure out if there is a way to... Sorry, I was gazing at some of the new clothing for metahumans. There's usually, like, every day people upload new cool clothing for metahumans. I like to sometimes scroll through it because sometimes you can find some pretty useful assets. For props and clothing and stuff like that. Okay, let's try and figure out. So Okay. Select the mesh component and add a physics constraint component. Attach the physics constraint component to your character's hand socket. Add your skeletal mesh component to the blueprint and ensure simulate physics is enabled. At the event begin play or when the character equips the item. Oh no, I'm not going to use that. So I need to use a physics constraint component instead of a standard attachment, because this will allow the mesh to hang and sway and collide with itself while remaining tethered to the hand of the socket. Okay, so what I've done is not going to work. So we need to... Is there a physics constraint? No. Do we... Okay, so this is our physics asset. And we need to... In the skeleton tree... locate the root bone. There is no root bone. Can't see a root bone. Is there a root bone? There's just hips. There's no root bone, so we'll just go with hips. And then... Oh, I see. Right click its physical body and change its physics. Right click physics type to kinematic. Okay. And enable collision. Setting this root body to kinematic acts as an anchor point and prevents the entire mesh from falling to the ground when attached. Set the rest of the bones in the asset to simulated. Wait, what is it? Right click its physical body. Change its physics type to kinematic. I've done that. And enable collision? Is it not enabled? Enable collision between the currently selected body. Oh, it just... Yeah, I'll just leave it. I think it's fine. Set the rest of the bones in the to simulated. Cool. So... Does that now mean that if I hit simulate, it will work? Okay, nothing happened. So it's because simulate physics wasn't on. But it didn't fall. Aha! Working! Hell yes, dude. Look at that. Oh, that's so good, man. I mean, obviously he's going a bit wacky, so we need to fix that. But that's so good. I mean, yeah, he's going absolutely nuts, but that's just because he's like kind of clipping into Jacob's hands. Look at him go. It's going crazy. It's kind of weird. It is weird seeing Jacob alive. I've not seen, like, I've done facial capture for Jacob, but I haven't actually seen it on the model. I've only seen it on the preview mesh. So actually seeing Jacob alive is really bizarre. It's cool though. But yeah, look at that. It's like simulating now as he holds it. I mean, it's again, it's looking a little crazy because, it's funny, and then he goes all stiff. It's because his Jacob's hand is moving a little too like crazy, so we need to calm it down. But that's awesome. Awesome. All right, sweet. So that works now. We know that works. That's good to know. And then what is another object that he needs? Okay, so we need a can of beans, and this is good to go. Let's just go here. Beans. Beans. No, okay. Can. There we go. This is the one we want. And we're gonna attach. What's going on? Hello? Where are my gizmos? What the? Where's my gizmo gone? Okay. I don't know what's going on. Hello? Where's my gizmo? Look at him, he's like, oh, killed me. It's good though. Dude, what's going on? Where are my gizmo? Okay, something's gone wrong. Just disappeared on me for some reason. Okay, now it's back. Okay, love it. Lovely little glitch. Okay. So now, just go to a bit where he's supposedly holding the food, and we're gonna add this in here. Let's convert this into spawnable, because he's not going to have the can in his hand all the time, so it's just good to have a way to just control it, whether it's visible or not. Okay, we're going to attach Jacob, body, hand, and this is going to be on his left hand. Yeah. Kind of, I like, it looks a bit ridiculous in terms of size, but I like that, because that's kind of the point here, is like, it is this massive can of food. Okay, so that works. And then he's like, do you want some? And she's like, no, come on, it's all right. He does feel comically small. I don't know what. Something here feels off. Maybe it's... I don't know what it is. But he feels... He feels too small. Or maybe it's just... I might be overthinking it, honestly. I think it's fine. He is meant to be. Yeah, something like that as one angle. That as another angle. Kind of like the idea of having a shot like this. Maybe not as long. Something like that. Yeah. And then I think, yeah, so there's going to be a lot of work here cleaning up the hand, but I'm going to do that in my own free time. That's going to be so time consuming for you guys. Like, it's not going to be fun. You're just going to see me going through and adjusting things, and yeah, this is okay. What are we doing now? We are... Do we have cutlery? No, I don't. We have a spoon? That doesn't look like a spoon. Is that a spoon? Oh. Oh yeah, I guess that is a spoon. That's a weird looking spoon. Yeah. Yeah, this is alright. I mean, I think something... So... First off, I need to bring this mesh... These are a few things I'm going to do probably tomorrow in my own time, but I need to take this off the can, because we need an open variation. And then I also need to create a variation of that spoon, of this spoon here. I need to create a variation of this that... This is way too big for him. That has like some food on, some beans on it. And I think then we're in a good spot. And then... Yeah. We can set stuff up. I am going to go through and set up. So I'm going to attach this to his hand. And then I'm going to... Let's convert this to a spawnable actor. The reason why I'm not converting this guy to a spawnable actor is just because I don't want to risk it. Unreal's physics is just so glitchy, and I don't want to take a risk of like, oh yeah, let me make it a spawnable. But then I find out, I don't know, a week down the road that actually making something spawnable can break the physics. And I don't know. I could be overthinking it, but I just... The amount of times that I've done something thinking I'm being smart, and then I find out, oh no, Unreal Engine that's been out for years still has this glitch. I'm like, ugh. So I want to try and avoid as many of those as possible, because like I said at the beginning of the stream, I really want to try and make a proper dent in this thing by the end of next Sunday. I want to get a lot of this in terms of basic block out. I want to get a lot of this thing done in the next week, because like the date that I want to release this on is really like, it's creeping up quick. I have 2 dates in mind, and even the later date is creeping up pretty quickly now. Like, I feel like I'm going to blink and it's going to be next week kind of thing. So I really want to try and get as much of this done in terms of basic block out as possible. Because the final act in particular is massive, and I really don't want to be getting bottlenecked by that thing. I want to get to that point as soon as possible. Because I still have some environments I need to make, guys. Like, there's a whole town I still need to make. There's like a whole spore-infested interior I still have to make. There's a lot still in terms of environment work that I still need to do, you know? And so I don't know, it's a lot. I've got a lot to do, and I think this last week it really hit me, like how much I actually have left to do. So I'm like, okay, I really need to start making a dent in this thing, because I don't know, man. It's like, I don't want to let anyone down. I want to get this thing right, and I really want to make it good. So I want to get a minimal viable product as soon as possible, so that then I can actually spend all my time making this thing special, you know? Yeah, it's really important to me that I get this project right. I don't want this thing to be underwhelming in any way. It really matters to me that I do right by the cast and crew, and do right by you guys for supporting me. So I'm going to do everything in my power to make this worth it. Okay. Is there a way that I want to figure out, because it's the smoke. Refraction, light, embers, fire mesh, smoke. It's you bastard. Okay, so it's doing the before. What the heck? Why is this happening? Is it just their materials? Is it their hair material? Hang on 1 second. Is it this guy? Okay, so if I change this to translucent briefly, and then before, and then set this to masked, and then hit apply, what does that do? It's still happening. Okay, I'm gonna just undo that, just to be safe, because that part of me is quite scared of breaking this. Interesting. Okay. I think I read about this, that like doubling up translucent materials breaks things in Unreal. So, it's just because I want to get some shots like this. And right now, this is quite distracting. And this is a little distracting. It's so weird seeing him express. I think the one that I'm looking forward to the most, in terms of like, because I've seen obviously we've seen in the first scene where we see James, so I know what he expresses like. Laura, I know what she expresses like. Jacob, I now know what he expresses like, which is really cool. It's kind of crazy, like a brand new character, seeing what he expresses like. Same happened with Laura. I think the one now that those characters I've seen what they all look like with the face mocap on, I think the main one that I'm really looking forward to is a character called Elias, which hopefully in future live streams we shall dive into. But I think that character, I'm quite excited to see what facial mocap looks like on him. Yeah, that should be cool. But yeah, I think now we're just going to set up some cameras. Just some really basic cameras. So do I keyframe them or do I duplicate them? I think we're just going to add them. But you know what? Let's organize things a little, okay? Because right now there's a lot of stuff in here and it's not very organized. So let's move this into a folder and we're gonna call this characters. Move this into a folder. I'm gonna call this cameras. And then these are props. So why is this in the sequence? What are you doing in here? Yeah. Sorry, it's just weird seeing these characters alive, you know? When you've been looking at your own characters for like months and months and months, and they've been in T pose or A pose, and it's just like, no, you know, it's purely just looking at the geometry, looking at the textures, how do we make them look as cool as possible and as unique as possible as characters, and then you actually see the mocap and see them like kind of come alive. It's hard to describe, but if you guys have ever done that, you'll know what I mean. Okay, but yeah, I think we're gonna set up some of these. Trippy. Cool. add a keyframe, and this drop down menu, man, I wish it was better than this. Okay, we're gonna create some subfolders. I'm gonna call this 35mm, and then we're gonna create another folder, 50mm. 85mm, 105mm. And then we're just gonna move these guys to their appropriate folders. Nice. Cool. I need to... Okay, something I need to do is I need to establish a bookmark. So my bookmark disappeared. So let's just... There we go. That's now a bookmark. Because we have these, right? These are bookmarks that are like establishing this one. I don't know what this one is. This is down by the river. And then we have this. Cool. But that basically just means that for this one, I can now do that. Whoa, 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 whoa. What just happened? I don't like this grass being in the way. Cool. Cool. This is now add this guy in, add a keyframe, move to 50mm, and then yeah, I need to figure out what's going on here where it's like it's rendering the hair on top of the smoke, and I know that there's a reason why it does that, and it's something to do with that you can't have two translucent things on top of each other, which is so dumb. Or like yeah, I need to figure it out. What why is I'm just googling it. Why is metahuman hair rendering on top of smoke in Unreal Engine 5? Okay, so there should be a sort. Oh, there is a sort priority. No. Okay, so that excludes the eyes. So what happens? No. Okay, that doesn't work. So the hair, for some reason, is being prioritized, and it's causing this to happen. People are saying you can either just disable depth of field. Why would I want to disable? I don't want to disable it. Is there something in my post-process? I'm getting another... someone else saying there's something in your post-process volume, and you go to rendering. Okay, and it says there should be a translucency pass, and translucency is set to raster. Okay. No, this is not it. What? Okay, so that's not working. So, okay, let's try something else. Let's find his hair. And... is it in the depth of field? It's this kind of stuff that really annoys me, because it's like, this is just getting in the way of me doing the fun shit. Like, why is this... why am I having to do this right now? I shouldn't have to do this. Like, why isn't this just on by default? Unreal just doesn't. It's one of my biggest criticisms is... okay, did that do it? No, it didn't. How about now? No, still. It's not. Metahuman hair is rendering on top of Niagara smoke in my scene. Let's see if anything pops up. The smoke disappears or behaves strangely after trying to the steps. Wait. What is this guy on about? Open the material. Okay, so is it... okay, so it could be... sorry guys, I'm just completely derailed what we were doing because I'm trying to fix this right now. So it's this thing, and right now it's translucency pass before. What happens if I set it to after? Now it works. So that was it? The fact that I set the translucency pass to do it after? Are you kidding me? Really? Oh my days. I mean, it's better. It's still not the best, but it is better. I also just don't like how bloody thick the smoke is. Why is the smoke so damn thick? I feel like smoke should be way more subtle than this. Like, this was it before. Like, I think at least half. And then maybe... reduce that. No, I'm just going to reset that. Yeah, that feels a little better. I don't know. I might need to go away. Yeah, it's certainly better. It's quite funny because I haven't hidden the bear, so it looks like he's using his teddy bear as a spoon. Yeah, I mean, it's better. Still not the best, though. Yeah, we're going to have to... I actually don't even know if it's actually working. Like, I'm looking at his hair, and I'm like, it kind of still feels like it's being rendered on top. No? Am I just crazy? I don't know, man. I think you get trapped in the weeds of this stuff sometimes, so... Let's move this to a new folder. Call this effects. Alright, and then I can set color, right? Yeah. Huh? Cool. Nice. Cool. It's all color coded. Yeah, so we've got two angles here. Got this angle, this angle. I actually don't like this angle anymore, so we're gonna do something more like this. That feels better. Feels like there's a lot more of a gap. Hang on. Let's go back. Like that. Okay. And then... No! That's not what I wanted to do. Cool. Why is it? Because I scrubbed through the edit. Okay, so we have those, and then we also have this, which is nice. Why are you there? Why does it put 105 at the top? No, you're at the bottom, you piece of shit. Go away. Nice. Okay. Okay, we're gonna find two 85mm, and then I think we're gonna just call it there. I've been streaming for almost 2.5 hours, and my back is in bits. Something like that, kind of over the shoulder. Kind of like the idea of that. And then let's add this guy. And we'll do a similar over the shoulder, kind of looking down. Something like that. Oh, what just happened? That's random. Okay. Yeah, nice. Cool. So we're going to move both of these guys to the 85mm. So if we now collapse all of these, let's have a look at our camera setup. So we have this camera, which is our wide. I might. Yeah, I'm not sure yet if I like this. I might, again, depending on the sequence, I might try go even wider. Typically, when I use 35mm, I like to use those to really show an environment. I prefer longer lenses. I like to stay with 50 to 85, and then I'll only go to 105 for like close-ups of people's faces, because I like to use 105s to really get the audience in it. Like if a moment is meant to be really intense and intimate, 105 is a really great way to get that. 50 just looks nicer than 35 in my opinion. I think 35mm, especially in Unreal Engine, makes things look a little more video gamey. I think longer lenses tend to make things look a little more cinematic in Unreal Engine, and just with animated stuff in general, I find longer lenses just look nicer and more cinematic and are better for composition. 35mm can look quite goofy sometimes, in my opinion. Unless you go for super wides. So for example, this, I don't think it's wide enough for 35. I would probably want to go a little wider to maybe establish how small they are in the vastness of the forest. But it looks okay. And then we have this one. This is quite nice. I like this. Looks pretty good. In fact, let's just hide it momentarily. This looks pretty good. Yeah. And then of course, depending on the sequence, I'm naturally going to adjust things accordingly, because there's going to be things that need to be tweaked. But for example, I think he's a little too low down in my opinion. I think I need to bring him up a little. I mean, he is clipping through the rock that he's sitting on right now, but I don't want to make those adjustments right now, because I think it'd be better to do it on a shot by shot basis, just to get that better composition. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. Almost 2.5 hours of work, and we've got our lighting a bit more refined, our characters, yeah, it's still doing it. Look, you can see how it's still, I think it's the fire. I think it's the glow from the fire that's causing it. So I may need to look into that. Anyway, we've got our lighting a little more refined. Things are looking a little cool and spooky here. We've got our body mocap, raw body mocap, so I need to go through and refine things. We've got our facial capture. There's certain things in terms of eye lines that I need to fix. I think Laura in particular just doesn't seem to look at Jacob, which I think is just, once again, it's that the characters, Laura and Jacob, do not match in terms of scale and proportions of the actors that played Laura and Jacob, and so naturally there's just some disconnect, so I need to compensate that in animations. So, and that's inevitable. That happens with everything in mocap. You can't guarantee it to perfectly line up. So I've got to refine that, but everything else is looking good. Props are there. The teddy bear is there. The physics that I set up for the teddy bear are working. It's now attached to his hand and actually moves around, which is really cool, and is very useful. It means that when Jacob is walking with it and moving it around, it's going to dynamically move around with him, which is way easier than me having to go in and hand animate bits moving, because that would be a nightmare and way too time consuming. So it was fun to experiment with that, but yeah, everything else is looking pretty good. It's now just kind of working through the sequence, which is what I'm going to do tomorrow, and just get a rough block out of the edit with these camera angles, and then jump into other stuff. So yeah, guys, thank you so much all that have been here on the live stream. I apologize for being a bit more grumpy. Just, I don't know, I've been a bit down this week. I don't know why. There's no reason for me to be down. In fact, there's been some really cool stuff happening this week, but I'm just down. I don't know. Hey, so is life. Such is life. But hey, it's all right. This has definitely helped, actually, because I feel a bit more productive, even though I've been quite productive this week. So I don't know if it's just a momentarily thing. Anyway, I'm going to stop venting. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys all for being a part of the live stream. I appreciate it a lot. I appreciate you all taking the time to support. We just hit 10,000 followers on Instagram, which I'm extremely thankful for. It was kind of funny. Like almost a month ago, I hit 10,000 followers. I posted something on my story going like, thank you so much, everyone. It means the world. And then I lost like 100 followers right after posting that. So I thought that was quite funny. I was like, oh, maybe I posted that a little too soon. But regardless, you know, hey, I got to hit 10K twice. So pretty cool. But yeah, I'm just really thankful for all the love and support from all of you. I really want to make this thing worth the wait and worth your time. So I believe me when I say I'm doing everything in my power to make this thing as cool as humanly possible. I really want to make this special. I really want to make this worth your time, and I'm going to do everything in my power to do so. If you do not follow me on Instagram, please consider following me there. I do post lots of updates, like mini updates and stuff of stuff I'm working on when I have something worthy of showing. Not everything gets then posted on YouTube, so if you want little extra insights on stuff, follow me there. But I do also then post it on YouTube. I live stream every single Saturday, so you can catch me here. I am going to try and pick up back on doing tutorials as well, so keep an eye out for tutorials that will be coming onto the channel. Yeah, and if you're not subscribed yet, consider subscribing. It's free, and you can always change your mind at a later date, and it takes 2 seconds of your time, and it supports the channel a ton. I want to eventually be able to do this full time, but that requires a big following and big support. So I'm just going to keep doing this. It's what I love. The fact that we are at over 20,000 subscribers on YouTube and over 10,000 followers on Instagram is mind-boggling to me, and I'm so thankful for that. So thank you all. It means the world. Yeah, just thank you. Genuinely, it helps more than you could know. And yeah, I will be live again next Saturday. Who knows how much I would have gotten done by then. Hopefully a lot, and we'll be on maybe another sequence that we can start diving into stuff. Maybe we'll be working on horse animations and stuff. Who knows? But, you know, we will see next Saturday. It's going to be fun. But until then, in a bit, lads. Take care.